Hello there, today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a zombie rush game, and this is part 1. And so we're going to get started by making zombies. So, in a new project, delete the base plate and add in a new part and scale it so you have ground, but not as big as the original base plate. And I'll anchor it and set its color to a green. You can make it look however you want, but I'm just going to leave mine like this. So next off, go to the avatar tab, use the rig builder tool and load in an R15 lock rig. Open up the rig, open up the head, delete the face decal. Set the colour to a shade of green. Then select the lower torso and the upper torso with control click and set the torso to a shade of brown. And rename the dummy zombie. Now that you've got your zombie model, we need to get in the animations. So, click play. Open up the workspace. Open up your character. And select the animate script. Right click it. And click the copy button. Click the stop button. Paste this animate script and also add in a new script to your zombie. This animate script is local, so it won't work. Move all of these into your new script, which is on the server. Rename your new server script to animate and copy the contents of Roblox's local animate script into it. Control C, select this, and Control V, which will now make the script like this. Now all you need to do at line 749, delete the game.players chatted, because that will just cause an error. You can now delete the animate script. That was a local script, and it'll work fine. So now click the anchor button and anchor button to make sure the zombie humanoid root part is not anchored, and add in another script. Rename the script attack script, as this will control the zombie attacking. Make a variable for the zombie. Make a variable for the zombie's root part. And we'll set that to the zombie wait for child. And then we will load the humanoid root part. And we will do the same for the humanoid. Make sure to add these speech marks in. Now, make a variable for the closest current distance. To make my variables readable, I capitalize letters in between the words. And we'll just set that to 0 for now because we haven't got distances. And we'll make a kill distance. So when the zombie gets this close, it will start damaging the player. We'll set that to 5. We'll make a target variable which will start off being nil. We'll make a boolean attack cooldown variable. And we'll set that to true by default. And now, so let me explain something before we continue. So this zombie will just be a normal zombie, no fancy pathfinding stuff, except that if there's an obstacle that it could easily avoid, like a pole, it will turn a random direction. So, into the workspace, add a folder, name that map, and drag in your grass. If you want to test its pathfinding, well, the kind of turning when it hits the pole, you can just drag up a pole, anchor it, make sure to put it in this map folder as well. Now, go back to its text script, and we can make a variable for the map. And we'll set that equal to game.workspace .map colon get children. And for this special turning pathfinding feature, we will be doing some raycasting. So I'm making a variable for my raycast parameters, and I'm going to set that equal to a raycast params dot new, and I'm going to set its filter type, its filter descendants instances to equal the map, and its filter type to equal to enum dot raycast filter type dot whitelist. So now every half of a second we'll operate the code in this while loop. And so first we'll set the target to nil. Then we'll make a variable for our raycast. Which is workspace colon raycast. And it will create us a new raycast, and we'll just go root part dot position and root part dot cframe dot look vector times 2 and our raycast parameters. Now that we've got that, we'll check if a humanoid exists. So if the zombie dies, it won't cause an error. We'll see what its closest current distance is. We'll reset it to 0. And now for every player in the game, we're going to check if they have a character. If they do have a character, then we'll make a variable for their root part. So, if they have a root part, then we'll make a variable for the distance, and we'll set that equal to player root dot position in brackets, and we'll minus that from the root part position, so the root part of the zombies, and then we'll, at the end, after the brackets, we'll check the magnitude. So, now we'll check if the distance is greater than the closest current distance. If it is, then we'll set the closest current distance to distance, and we'll set the target equal to player root. If it's not, what? Sorry, there's no else. And so if the distance is less than the kill distance, then we will damage the player. So make a variable for the humanoid root part. And we'll do a check to see if they have a humanoid, just to make sure they've loaded, and then if they do, then we'll subtract from their health by 2, because you've got to remember this is going to be running every 10th of a second, so we can, by taking away 2 health per 10th of a second, then we're going to be taking away 20 health per second. So, after all of this code, after the for loop, we can check if there's a target, and then we'll check if there's our ray. They'll only show up if it's hitting against something like a pole, and otherwise we'll just move to the target's position. If the ray does it, then we'll make a random number using math.random for the turn will take, and we'll check if the turn equals 1, else we'll simply just do turn the other direction. So we'll make a variable for the vector, and we'll set that to root part dot frame dot right vector, and we're gonna be multiplying this by vector 3 dot new, and then 3 5s. We'll calculate the position, which will equal root part dot position plus our vector that we got, and now we simply use a humanoid column move to, and we move it to the position that we calculated. We could just copy and paste this, except set these to -5s, so it turns the other direction. So that should be our zombie script done. So if you move your zombie away so he doesn't instantly devour you, and click play, you'll find the zombie will come after you. If you go past the pole, then he'll find a direction around it. Might be a little hard, and then to get an example of that, and then he eats you if you near him. I'll just scale this down so I can show you an example of him turning on the pole. And yep, he'll kill it. He'll find a route around it and attack you. Unfortunately though, you can't have walls in your map folder because this is just a basic AI. He'll just get stuck against it and yeah, you won't go through the other side. So if you want to incorporate walls in your map, then just parent them to somewhere other than the map folder, because otherwise the zombie will try to turn it. It'll still get stuck there though. So yeah, for this simple AI, I'm not going to be showing you what to do with walls. But yeah. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next part of this Zombie Rush tutorial series.